just get the sense this is getting more and more difficult, don't you? Lost the cue ball a few shots ago, as we just see retying his shoelace. Don't want to trip up out there. Just lost the cue ball a few shots ago and hasn't really got it back. Now this pink is missable. There's 2 reds by the black waiting for him should he get it. But they're waiting for Judd should he miss it. Well played. Nicely controlled. And when he pops this red, that'll free the path for the black into the same pocket at some stage.
34.
I think he's gone just a little further than he intended. He wants to be, well, no, I think he's okay. He can run through and leave that red that's next to the black. He's got choices here, but yeah, that's perfectly played. Now he's got the black in the open. So a wonderful opportunity already, 36 ahead. But those reds are all covering each other, as you can see. So he might need one more cannon to make it a frame-winning chance. See, they're all covering each other into this corner also. Got to give this due care and attention. This is key one along the cushion here.
49.
And one good cannon and the frame will be at his mercy. Going to be a bit unlucky. Funny enough, I thought he didn't have to hit it that hard, but very unfortunate to knock everything safe here. This is far from easy. It will pass the yellow. But what is he, 52 ahead? Needs a few more pots. Now then.
Same with 5.
So that last cannon, he was a bit
56.
unlucky to push everything safe. If he knocks this red in, he's bound to be on pink or black, I would think, looking at the angle of this. It'll come back up the table. Done well to hold for the blue.
Well,
once again, those 4 reds are all sort of blocking each other into both corners. Might be able to do something about that here. Here it comes. How's your luck, Judd? I think he's okay.
6.
There's one difficult red, the one he almost cannoned there. Let's see what he plays here. And he's played to bring it into play. Fabulous thinking there from Judd Trump. That was the one red that was always going to be difficult, and played that to perfection. He's still got a lot to do here, Sean, but it's the sort of frame, if you nick it off your
12.
opponent when you know you should have lost it, means a lot.
It's like winning 2, isn't it? It has such a big effect on your mentality. Sat in the chair when you've been in first, you made that break, 56, didn't finish the frame off in one hit. He went for that speculative red to the yellow, didn't have to go for it. And now with those couple of wonderful shots from Judd, he could lose this frame right here. The only problem is that that red by the
20.
brown doesn't pass the brown into the green pocket. Apart from that, it should be plain sailing here.
21.
Judd would be well aware of the red that's next to the brown. And if he can get on that red,
27.
just above the brown, leave the red into the left corner. Now that's about 5 or 6 shots from here, but he'll be thinking about that already.
28.
So that will be key in a few shots' time if he can get on that difficult red that's next to the brown.
$35. $36.
Yeah, Sean's just put a little circle up there, as I mentioned. That's where he'd love to get the cue ball, to leave that red into the left corner pocket. This next shot is the key to the frame. Got to be careful he doesn't snooker himself, so he'd have to be very, very precise. But he's got the cue power to get the cue ball there. That looks pretty good. That looks not bad at all. A little bit closer would have made it easier.
43. $44.
Well, this is a wonderful break. And what a steal it will be. As I mentioned, Hossein at the time was a bit unlucky. He played a cannon, and how he managed to knock them all safe.
46.
He was very unlucky.
$48. $51.
He's just run out of position there. He would have liked to have had that one again. It's finished quite straight on this brown. It's not made getting to the blue any easier.
Well, if anyone can get to the blue, it's Judd Trump with the cue power he has. Look how low he's striking the cue ball. Look at that white. Just
55.
fizzed back with reverse side. Perfectly played. Brilliant shot. He makes that type of shot look so easy, Sean, doesn't he?
He's just blessed with incredible cue power, isn't he?
60.
He's perfectly on this pink. And this has been a great counter clearance. Hossein was in first, didn't make it count. And since then, it's been all Judd Trump. No, he's not bothered about the black. An excellent break of 66 in counter to Hossein's earlier 56. Gives Judd Trump frame 2. He leads 2 frames to 0.
Thank you. The third frame. Judd trumps a break.
He certainly is looking good, Hazel, and a good length of the break-off shot. Okay, there's a red for either corner pocket, but with the cue ball tucked up on the cushion, this is difficult. Wonderful shot. Absolutely wonderful piece of cueing there. To play it at that pace and judge the position, well, that's probably the best shot of the tournament so far, to judge that.
Well, it's a statement of intent, isn't it? I don't think most players would have played safe there. To go for it like that at that pace, that sends a message. Now, can he back it up?
Eight. 9.
I caught the pink half ball. Still got some sort of pot on, you'd feel, but he wanted to cannon the pink full ball there, and he wouldn't have lost the cue ball. It's so important, that shot, when you're potting the blue, that you get the cannon correctly. This is tough. Wow, that was very tough.
Same Vafaei. 14.
Now, what's he left? There's one red in the middle of the bunch that'll go into the right corner. The one into the middle is very thin. Looking at it, the one that's nearer the pocket is very difficult. But the one I mentioned initially, he may have a go at this, and he's going to open the reds all over the place. He's looked at it. Oh, he's not taking the one in the middle of the bunch. So, but this is a very thin snick here. It's quite thin, but no damage done.
Yeah, nice shot there from Hossein. That shot's actually become very trendy in the last few seasons. The super thin safety shot with lots of run inside. You get the angle on the cue ball, but you don't disturb many reds. It's a good shot, and he's played it really well that time.
Might just have gotten away with that. He got the old DDK there, the dreaded double kiss, but this is not straightforward. All about the cue ball here.
Well,
It's never going to be easy. Get nicely onto the black. through nicely. He made that pot look much easier than it was. He deserved a good kiss on the green there.
Nine.
Played that with a lot of bottom. It's called a drag shot. You can hit it with a bit of pace, but the white doesn't really move very far. Perfectly played. But just having a look at the pack here, he's 30 in front.
60.
But those 7 reds are all covering each other. He's got 2 easy reds available. So it's not a frame-winning chance just yet.
$70.
Excellent shot. He was a bit unlucky in the previous frame with his split off the black, but this one was worked out perfectly. Just arced it round the first red, as played. And those 4 reds have split beautifully. Should have won the previous frame.
25.
He now should win this one.
$32. $33.
This has gone slightly wrong from being in perfect position a minute ago. He's now lost the cue ball slightly, going away from the reds now. You wouldn't think it would cause too much problem, but he's made what was a straightforward situation slightly more difficult now. We've seen these reds miss before. Yeah, but well struck into the heart of the pocket.
One more good shot here. I'm potting the pink. Nice cannon. This will decide whether he wins the frame at this visit or not. Well, he doesn't have to. Yeah, the cannon's worked out okay. Say that. He's nudged a red into a position
46.
where all 4 reds are now blocking each other. But he's got a 60-point advantage. But we know what happened in the opening frame.
$47.
And all of a sudden, he might not clinch the frame at this visit. He's looking round at the scoreboard, but you've got a few to pot yet before you're safe. So Judd is going to get back to the table unless he pulls out quite a remarkable positional shot here. Where's this cue ball going to finish? Don't forget the pink's going back on its spot. The pink is going back on its spot. And look where he's finished.
53.
He's rooted to the spot there. He can't believe it. Look at that. Fractions.
It's funny though, Dennis, isn't it? Because that looks unlucky, and it is a little bit unlucky, but you can trace this back 4 shots where he finished the wrong side of the pink. And since then, he's been in trouble. He's been chasing his tail ever since then. Just got to the line in this frame. And he's faltered.
Back double. Back double to win the frame. Oh! Just needed that red to leave Judd needing a snooker. That's why he took the back double on. And he thought it would have been in.
1.
Well, he's got an angle on the blue, but look where the cue ball is. Might be able to play for the red that's near the cushion here behind the black. No.
6.
It was always going to be difficult with the cue ball tucked up on the cushion. The red won't go up past the brown, I don't think. So it'll have to be... You see the brown just blocking the path there. Don't think this red pot, so is he going to try and... Well, maybe he can see enough of it. We've got the perfect picture. It's there. What a shot this is.
7.
Oh, well, this was incredible, wasn't it? He could only just get through to the potting angle there. Doesn't need to play a cannon here. You can see there, those reds are lined up for this pocket. The one nearest the black pots, the one furthest from the black pots. This is an easier clearance than he made in the previous frame to steal it. That cannon to the pink has gone wrong. Can he still get through for this red?
40.
Might have to turn this over with a bit of right hand side. Super slow.
50.
Can't get through to the black, I don't think. Pink's still available.
Is he going to do it again? Well, you can't do anything when you're sitting in your seat. You've
20.
got to hope that your opponent slips up.
$22.
Difficult to accept though, Dennis, isn't it? Because Hossein was in first in the first frame. He missed a sitter of the red next to the black. He was in the previous frame with a break of 56 and messed up, and Judd cleared up to counter and steal that frame, and he was in first in this frame. On another day, we could be looking at 3-0 to Hossein
29.
Vafaei here. He hasn't been swamped by Judd Trump. He's had his chances in every frame so far.
Okay,
30.
it's the first to 10 and we're only in frame 3, but psychologically this will be an unbelievable blow for Hossein here.
And you always find in these matches, it's the simple mistakes that you make. It's the
37.
self-inflicted damage that gets you. It's never because your opponent blows you away. It's always because of those silly little mistakes that you make.
38.
And I'm just looking at the only difficult shot, brown to blue, but for a left-hander, that shouldn't be a problem. And for a left-hander with the cue power that Judd has, I don't think it'll be a problem as long as
45.
he pots the yellow, gets a good angle on the green and drops in behind the brown somewhere near the balk line. It could be 3-0. This is the one
47.
you want to get absolutely in the perfect spot. That's a bit
50.
hard. He might need the long stuff. I don't think he can reach round here. And that 3 or 4 inches has made this now quite difficult. I don't know if he can reach it. It's quite a stretch, this. Well, he could reach it.
54.
So one more good positional shot. And he's nicking this third frame. Looks good to me,
59.
this.
65.
Wow, what a steal. Another wonderful clearance from Judd Trump. He could have, Sean said, he could be 3-0 behind, but with those sort of shots, he's now 3-0 ahead.
Thank you. The fourth frame. Hossein Vafaei to break. One.
Excellent long pot to kick things off from Judd Trump in frame 4. It was almost a gimme, that, wasn't it, after what we've seen so far? He would have expected to get that and did. It was a poor break off from Hossein, it has to be said.
Green ball.
But just the 1 point from it. And I think the Judd Trump of maybe 5 years ago or so might have had a dip at the blue there. Might have even tried to pot the green, but not so now. He reads his man. He knows he's got Hossein under pressure. And he thinks, I'll take that red and I'll put you on the ball cushion. I'm not going to give you anything.
That's not quite good enough. You need to get that cue ball tight on the ball cushion, especially with Judd Trump coming to the table behind you. This could be one of his specials here. Ooh. I think he thought that was in. Right, bit of a chance now as we show you that red wobbling in the jaws there. Looked like it was in the pocket at one stage.
One.
Such an important frame, even in the best of 19. If he can go to the mid-session interval 3-1 down, he'd be quite happy. 4-0, he'd be straight on the practice table. But that's usually the case when you're struggling a little bit and you go into the bunch, you finish on absolutely nothing. Let's have a look at this again. It wasn't an easy pack to go into, but he got the required backspin, but didn't get the correct contact.
Yeah, he needed to stun that, didn't he? More with, not with topspin, but to keep the cue ball going forwards rather than the backspin to bring it backwards. He was always asking a lot playing it that way, but it was his choice. And he's interested in this red up into the green pocket. A very similar mirror image shot to the one Judd played in the previous frame. It's not the one to the middle he's looking at. It's the one at the edge of that cluster into the green pocket. But I think it's too tight.
Hossein Vafaei.
I think it's a bit early to call this a must-win frame, Dennis, but it's not far off.
Well, as I mentioned, if you go to the mid-session and you've lost all 4 frames, you haven't settled. A little shake of the head there. He knows that. But mind you, he's forgotten about that. He knows he could have won 2 frames. You've got to put that at the back of your mind. Get on with things.
Just wondering whether Judd might be tempted at this red near the yellow pocket. He could play it in such a way as to leave the cue ball near the right middle pocket. Wouldn't be leaving an easy red for his opponent. Same could be said for the red to the right middle pocket. He's having a look to see what would I leave if I leave the cue ball there. Potentially could turn that into a shot to nothing.
One.
Well, that's a shot of a very confident player. Cue ball tucked up in the cushion. To roll that in made it look easy. He's just looking to see what would happen if he canned that red to the right of the yellow. But the main part of this shot is to make sure you pot the blue. Let the white take care of itself. Gone slightly wrong. I think he might possibly be able to take this red on, and he could finish on the black if he can get the cue ball past the brown. Yeah, it's sort of round about a half ball contact, but I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't pot this and get on the black.
Seven.
He played it perfectly. He's got the pink or the black. The black will get him into the reds. As you can see, they're all blocking each other. So an early key shot coming up here. How's your luck, Judd? At first glance, not so good. There might be one that'll go into the right middle pocket, but couldn't have played that much better.
No, he played that well, didn't he? Avoided the first red as he had to and arced it around it. Now this red underneath the pink is potable, I think, as is the one nearest the cue ball. Maybe slightly annoyed with himself as he walks back to his chair.
14.
That was 4-0 right there if that red goes in, and he knows it. That's about as emotional as Judd gets now in the chair. Always likely to undercut those when you're so close to them. Now what's he left? Maybe a plant to the left middle pocket. There's a lot of distance between those two reds. We can see they're lined up for the middle pocket. Playing the one up into the yellow pocket, through the gap. Nicely played. Another cue ball.
It's coming close to the pocket.
One.
Oh, he's left an awkward black. Does he fully commit on the black? Yeah, this is a shot. If you take it on, you're canning into the two reds. It's a must pot, otherwise you're going to put your opponent in. Big shot this, and a tough shot. Wonderful bit of cueing. Fabulous shot from Hossein Vafaei. That one shot there deserves to win a frame.
8.
Incredible bravery and courage on display there from Hossein. It was a must pot, but it wasn't a must attempt. He didn't have to do that. But having gone for it and got it.
9.
What a shot that was.
$60.
Just got to be a bit careful here. You see there's a gap there, a delicate little screw shot, but he could cannon the red or the pink. He's got the one to the middle pocket, but this is the shot to play, but just got to be careful with the cue ball here. It's a delicate little one. He's playing the cannon by the looks of it.
70.
And that's not bad. Might need the rest. Not sure if he can reach this. But you're trying to keep everything as simple as possible for yourself. All about keeping control of this cue ball now. Stephen Hendry
23.
mentioned he was losing the white quite a bit earlier on, but this will make up for it, but still got quite a lot to do here.
$30. $32.
This is where it starts getting a little bit more difficult now from the positional point of view. That's knocked the red into an awkward spot. Not that that
38.
would make a great deal of difference because he's not going to need all the reds. This helps getting this one out of the way. The one next to blue.
39.
Needs to pull up though. Just about.
$46.
Quick look at the scoreboard. He's a few pots away from securing his first frame.
47.
Yeah, it's the same pattern as the other frames though, isn't it, Dennis? Because he's got right to the line here in this frame and he's just starting to lose that cue ball again. He's left all the difficult reds till last. Which isn't the end of the world. If he were to make a mistake here, the counter clearance is extremely difficult.
Has he fluked it? He has. Wow. He turns around and apologises,
54.
but no wonder he's got a big, broad smile on his face. Because that was a nervy one he played there, and the cannon on the black came to the rescue. Well, he'll enjoy his interval now a bit better, but the double here to make
60.
absolutely certain of the frame. But what a timely fluke that was, Sean.
Absolutely it was. Yes, it was. 53 ahead with 51 on. I don't blame him for leaving that red on the side cushion. This one up by the greens, the danger ball, because it's an easy one for Snooker in behind, should Judd get a chance.
Hossein Vafaei. 60.
Well, barring Snookers, he's got his first frame on the board. Oh, the white's in.
Foul.
And that is the
Hossein
end of the
Vafaei
frame.
on the front.
Judd just nudges the green. I think, well, Judd will certainly be happy, but Hossein Vafaei, he'll be delighted to have taken that last frame. And we go to the mid-session interval. It's 3-1 to Judd Trump.
Thank you. The 5th frame. Judd trump to break.
Thank you, Hazel. Welcome back, everybody. I wonder what Hossein's been doing during the interval. Could have, perhaps should have won at least 3 of the first 4 frames. As it is, he managed to scramble to win the 4th and get a bit of a foothold in this match. Wasn't panic stations just yet, but it was close, wasn't it, at 3-0, Dennis?
Well, absolutely. And when you think he's had breaks of 56, 53 and 60, and he's only got 1 frame on the board, but Judd had a couple of amazing clearances to nick 2 frames. Oh, what a shot that is, by the way. Well, what a way to come out after the mid-session interval and to knock a pot like that in. Just a little awkward. He may have to go up for the blue here.
8. No.
But not a problem. He's played it well. He's still got... Well, I'm saying there's only 2 really potable reds. I'll have to go into the bunch. There's 2 reds available, as I mentioned, but then everything else is covering each other. But when you knock a long red
50.
like that in, it doesn't have to give your confidence a boost.
$20. $21.
Now he can screw into these 2 reds. The left-hand one, the one nearest to him, is his goal, really. That'll nudge that one out the way and be on the second red. Well, he's gone for more of an aggressive route, and that's worked out well. He's chancing his arm there. That was a bit more luck than judgment, but
28.
it's worked out perfectly.
29.
Well, he's flying around the table at the moment. Yeah, just time to steady the ship down a little. Make sure you don't make any careless positional mistakes. And that's not the best. He's got a time
36.
up for the blue. He's going to have to cannon one of the reds. There's a little gap, but I don't know if he can get through that gap. He's looking at it now. He's going to have to judge this. He's took his eye off the pot, you know. Isn't that amazing?
A sound of fame.
A simple pot on the red.
36.
He's worried about the cannon and can't afford to do that.
One. Cheers, Judd. Thank you.
I'm sure we'll see Judd play the split shot here. Can arc the cue ball into those reds. It's a great gap to get the cue ball in just underneath the pink. Oh, it arced too early. I don't think he's on anything. Just got too much spin there.
Surely there's not a plant that's going to get him out of trouble here. I don't think so. He played Sean's shot, but just, as I say, got a bit too much on it. Now, even if the 2 reds were a plant, I don't think he can get to the correct angle of the first red to make it into a plant. You see, they're in direct line, but he can't get to the angle, as you can see. This is slightly awkward now with the red up the other end of the table. The normal safety area is not available because of that red.
Yeah, he's in a bit of a hole here, isn't he? The red 2 from the pink on the left. I've seen Hossein in similar situations just get down and try and drop that in the middle pocket. Cue ball up towards the green side of the table. Could only really leave the red he's playing. But he's pretty much guaranteed to leave it should he try and pot it. It's hard to see how he plays safe from here.
Oh, this is a tough one he's looking at. Oh, that was high. Oh, has he fluked it again? Would you believe it? Another fluke. And how timely will this one be? We showed you just before we started again the fluked red that went in off the black to secure his first frame. And now he's had a slice of real good fortune there that could see him close to just 1 behind. Still got quite a way to go, but that fluke has paved the way for the chance.
Well, it was funny, Dennis, isn't it? Because as we left the comms box to go off for our break at the interval, he shouted at us down the stage door, didn't he, that it wasn't happening. It's starting to happen now.
4.
He's lost the cue ball again, and that's what we were talking about in the first half. Stephen Hendry was saying that Hossein's white was running freely, and eventually it will catch you out. You can't keep potting difficult balls and trying to get back into a decent position. But I mentioned that plant, and it now may be a 3-ball plant. We've seen they were in line for the pocket, so we could send 1 red onto the 2 reds. But how many times have we seen players play a plant and they forget about the cue ball? The plant's a certainty, but you take your concentration off the cue ball. He doesn't like where he left the white, does he?
Vafaei 8.
Played a similar shot to this in the previous frame before the interval and got that one. Didn't get this one. Hasn't left anything easy here at all for Judd Trump, but it's the fact he was in again first with a chance to win the frame. And he squandered it. Cost him 2 or 3 frames before the interval. Will it cost him this one eventually?
Wasn't a bad effort, the back double there, because look where the white is. He would have been perfectly on the green. The only red he could leave was the one he tried to double, and that's the only one that Judd can have a go at. Not quite, but a similar shot. That's a classic shot to nothing. If the red goes in, he's on the green. If it doesn't, it's safe. what Hossein's looking at there, playing the safety shot off the red over the left side of the table. He was looking to see if it would go back towards the right corner pocket. Decided against that. He's left one for the left corner. And we know how good Judd is at this type of shot. Bound to finish on a colour with the black over the middle, green over the corner. Played perfectly. Well, even the flick on the blue is a bit of a help. But he was always going to be nicely on the green or black. Mind you, if the blue doesn't pass the black, it's not easy to get close to his next red. Black's dead straight by the looks of it. Feels as if the blue will just pass the black.
And now we're going to see a repeat of 3 of the 4 frames before the interval, with Hossein Vafaei in first, chance to win. Somehow makes a mistake and Judd steps in to clear up and counter. It's out of Hossein's hands now.
Seven.
He had a quick look at the pink
12.
and the red there just to see if the red or the pink's available. So he was thinking at least 3 shots ahead there.
30.
The red over the left side of the table is the awkward one, but that one next to the pink, he's just looking to see if it would be available if he left the cue ball where the tip of his cue is. But it's not straightforward, this. Although, having said that, the red, the left side of the table, is far enough away from the cushion to drop in behind it in a few shots' time.
8.
Vafaei having a close look.
90.
Make sure he didn't catch the pink. If you hit the red and the pink simultaneously, it's a foul.
$25. 26.
Well, he's a left-hander, so if he's dead straight on the pink, he can roll it in and drop in behind that last red. Yeah, he played it well. Played it very well.
32.
He looks in terrific form, this Judd. As I say, he's pinched a couple of frames, but he's made very few mistakes, although Hossein has been in most of the frames. But Judd, when he gets in amongst the balls, is not making many mistakes.
36. 38.
Yeah, it's a funny one though, isn't it, Dennis? Because it's a bit of a false economy. You know, Judd isn't in first creating these opportunities. It's Hossein who's been in first, done all the hard work almost in every frame, and then Judd
40.
stepped in and mopped up the prize once Hossein's taken all the difficult balls off the table. An incredible pattern of play so far in this match. How much more self-inflicted damage can Hossein to take?
45. $50.
That's another frame on the board for Judd Trump.
And the
He's
frame.
not going to bother with the
Judd
black.
Trump.
Hussein come out after the mid-session interval, got in first, but didn't make enough, and Judd extends his lead. He's now 4-1 in front.
Thank you. The 6th frame. Hossein Vafaei to break.
Close to this long red, had to avoid the cannon into the black and the red, and nudged into the brown, left Hossein this longish red.
Foul. Judd Trump 4.
We'll do that again if you could.
Wow. He'll have a quick look at his tip. I mean, sometimes when that happens, you can take a little piece out of the tip, but I think he's okay. Bit of an awkward frame with the break-off shot. The red went right next to the black, and the pink's out of commission. Something you don't see very often, but for the white, he was pleased the white went into the pocket in the end.
Foul. And a miss.
He won't be too concerned about that, because better missing it altogether than hitting it on the thick side and putting your opponent in. He needs a thinnish one, but
yeah. Same. Okay. Judd.
doesn't have to play the same shot. I'm just looking at it. He can get past the pink, you know, to flick a red and come down that side of the table. That's the one he's looking at now. It's a thin one. He could go in off it, but yeah, and every chance he could maybe get in behind the yellow if he judges this one. And this is a pretty good effort.
Foul. And a miss.
Dear me.
Hossein Vafaei 6.
No, he can put him in from there, which the referee will be delighted about. He breathed a sigh of relief as Rob said so. But if he had asked to put them back here, there was a few balls moved, and I was watching Rob's face, and he thought, oh, I'm pleased that he's